Hey guys, welcome to episode 16 of the Insomniacs podcast. We were just talking about, we just saw a pretty sick clip of Mission Impossible, and we were talking about how it's actually a pretty good movie so far. Nick hasn't seen most of it, but I've already seen it 3 times.
Three times?
I've already watched it 3 times.
Damn.
I downloaded it 2 days ago, and I've already watched it 3 times. Because it's just fucking, you can go 2 ways with it. I mean, a lot of people who don't like Tom Cruise obviously won't like it, but I actually like Tom Cruise. He's all the movies I've seen that he's in, I liked. I haven't not liked one. Have you seen the
Night and Day? I hate
Night? Well, that movie was shitty. But most of his movies are good. He has the most movies that I've enjoyed out of most actors. He's kind of like the Will Smith of that most people see. Will Smith's been in every movie. Everybody likes Will Smith. And
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is the same way with me.
I saw that Ali movie by Will Smith the other day. That's a good.
That's
movie.
a sick one. Have you seen Minority Report? That's one of my favorite movies.
I've seen that.
Time.
Yeah, I haven't. You know what? I never saw that one with Tom Cruise about the world coming to an end or whatever.
The War of the Worlds.
Yeah, I never saw that.
People didn't like it because of him, but I fucking love that movie. I fucking love that movie, and it's just because I read the book, and the book is intense, and the movie it portrays it in a different way, like a modern way that I would think.
Well, some of
it would be like how it would be if it was that story set in present time.
Yeah.
Because that story was set back in whenever it was. That story was so realistic that they said it over the radio. They were telling the story over the radio, and people thought it was real.
Yeah.
So I thought the movie portrayed it pretty well, but it's a common movie that people find mistakes in because there's a lot of CGI mistakes and stuff in it. But if you just watch it with I like to watch movies with an open mind mostly, so that I can enjoy most movies. A lot of people will go into a movie oh man, this is gonna be shitty, and then it turns out to be shitty because you thought it was gonna be shitty. But I like to go into movies thinking I'm gonna like it. I'm just gonna let the director direct me through the movie. Yeah. I'm just gonna watch what the fuck's going on and see if I can get into the story somehow. On any level, if I can just have some type of interest in what's going on. In the Mission Impossible movie, the story is kind of here and there, but it's a fucking mission. It stays true to Mission Impossible, dude.
No, I actually like most of the Mission Impossible movies. They're kind of they're exciting in the way that James Bond is exciting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. But do you know who produced this movie?
I don't.
J.J. Abrams.
Oh, he did?
Yes. That guy's been everywhere. And he's my favorite producer, director, writer ever. I love every fucking one of his movies, dude. Everything he does. I watch Person of Interest. I watch Alcatraz. I saw Lost. I watch all his shit.
We saw that one recently, that other space movie with the kids.
Super 8.
Yeah, that was his.
That's a fucking great movie. That's actually instant classic in my book.
We into that other show on TV for a while, that sci-fi one.
Person of Interest.
No. I think the other one. Where they were tapping into other dimensions or something like that, wasn't it one of them?
Oh, Fringe.
Yeah,
Fringe. Yeah, I still watch that. He got me back on that show because I was getting kind of pissed because what happened is they basically reset the whole show. All of a sudden, because because these observer things, spoilers by the way, if you haven't seen all through the 4th season of Fringe already, basically they switch somebody changes something in the past and the whole universe changes, and it's like a reinvention of the story, and it's like them starting again from the beginning, everybody meeting each other again.
So it went back to a first episode, but
it didn't even go back to a first episode. It's a completely different timeline. There's completely different things going on. There's people don't even know who Peter is, and in the last timeline, everybody loved Peter. Peter was the main focus of the show. In this one, Peter's been shunned away. Now they've gotten to a point in the show, spoilers again, where Peter is accepted again into the group, and people love him. And now Anna Torv, fucking Olivia in the show, she's back in love with him and whatnot, and then the dad loves him too because they didn't believe that he was from their universe in this new timeline that's going on.
Okay.
And it's fucking insane. They basically rewrote the whole fucking show like it's a brand new show, and that could keep them going for more years. And I'm interested still in the show because I love the characters.
That's
what?
You gotta tie it together somehow, right?
It's tied together already. It's been tied together. It was a perfectly if you could seamlessly create that kind of like there's nobody does that better than JJ, and he just fucking you completely buy into it, 100%. And it's completely a TV gimmick. Like if you think about it, it's them trying to last longer on TV. Yeah. And all they have to do is reset the show somehow where they don't have to... And sci-fi's the best way because you can always go back in time or switch a timeline or do anything like that. And that's why Star Trek was like fucking 40,000 episodes or whatever
like
they
Doctor
did.
Who.
Because
just flipping around.
Because like in Star Trek, how many fucking times do they go back in time? I don't watch Star Trek, but all I hear about when Star Trek is different time travel points. That's all you hear about. And you're like, fuck yeah, like that's...
Well, remember we were watching the Doctor Who where he finally gets killed at the end of the episode where it like ties it all. Then the other day I was watching it and I saw it where his like I can't even remember her name.
His
right
wife?
now. Yeah.
The daughter.
The wife.
It's the daughter. Oh wait, are you talking about the redhead?
Yeah, I'm talking about the older one. The other one who's like always entwined with him like in some way or another.
Yeah, the redhead. Yeah, the young girl. It's a young girl, or is it?
Well, no.
Or is it their
the like middle-aged one?
Yeah, that's the redhead girl's daughter.
Yeah.
Then she's
and that's
from
the one
future.
That he's married to the daughter, right?
He's married to the yeah.
But then I finally saw the episode where she dies, so I've like seen it because they're
she
always
comes back
crossing paths of like.
Did you see the episode where she changes her skin?
I've to be like people from other points in
time. No. Well, she because of what she's born from. Because she's born from a different timelines. The baby, her daughter, has these crazy powers, and she can just shed her skin and be somebody completely different, but be the same person.
I think you know what? I think I have seen that once or twice.
Yeah, Doctor Who is awesome. Speaking of Doctor Who, you guys got to watch Community. Also, that show is fucking hilarious. And even though people are talking shit about Chevy Chase because of what he said about the show on the phone a couple weeks ago, did you hear about what he did?
No.
He like went on there and said like it's a fucking mediocre piece of shit show. And that, like, something... He was just getting raving. It was like... Have you heard the latest Mel Gibson rant?
What did he go on?
Dude, he fucking tripped a nut! He was screaming at the top of his lungs like the South Park episode.
Really?
Like, fucking... Why do I have a fucking script first draft on my table? What the fuck? And he was, like, screaming like that. He called the guy a fucking little Jew fuck. And shit like that, like he was getting pissed, and that's why I posted the. If you follow if you friend me on Facebook or if you follow me on Twitter, I post all the shit I watch on the internet for people to be able to watch. They can just click a link and they can go watch what I watch. So, I put up the South Park episode "Passion of the Jew" yesterday because I heard the Adam Carolla episode of the phone thing, and it was just my mind just went to that. Like all I saw was on my wall that little Mel Gibson dude, like the cartoon body with the fucking Mel Gibson head.
Yeah,
and then
like, no, my nipples are too tender.
My nipples are too tender. Don't squeeze them anymore. And then dude, it was literally
nobody takes you
seriously. Yeah. Dude, he was literally flipping the fuck out, and then now Chevy Chase is like. It's supposed to be like the worst person to work with on TV. Like he's like such a dick that nobody like loves. Chase. Yeah, Chevy Chase. And that's a burn because I like Chevy Chase. And but the Community show, like this season especially, has fucking just been making me laugh so hard.
Do you think they'll make a change with him?
No. He's a key part of the show. He's a funny part of the show too. He's fucking hilarious on the show. He plays a condescending asshole. And he's a racist. And he thinks it's okay. He just acts like it's okay. Like he acts like it's a matter of fact thing that to be racist. Like it's like something you're supposed to do. That's how he acts. It's fucking funny. He's like the Cartman of that show. It's a good show. If you don't watch it, it's probably because you have a biased opinion on comedy on like cable TV, or you just don't have time to watch it. But it's fucking good, and you can watch it on Hulu for free, and watch all the episodes. Like they're all chill about it on there. with that. That's pretty much been my fucking binges, and Game of Thrones, dude. Has been getting Game of Thrones.
I think I do have a bias towards
like the comedy on like
ABC
Dan
or
Harmon
something
and
like
shit.
that. Yeah.
I used to, until I just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch it and see if it makes me laugh. Like that's what I did with American Dad, because I only saw like 3 episodes of American Dad in my whole entire life, and then I watched like 5 or 6 episodes yesterday, and I was laughing more than 70% of the time, which is more than what I can say about like 2.5 Men or like Big Bang Theory.
Especially some of the older episodes are pretty funny on 2.5 Men. They're pretty funny.
Some of the stuff that happens is funny, but the like.
I know.
Shows with the laugh track.
All just like stupid sex jokes with what's his name in bed with some chick.
Yeah, but I think I have a biased opinion towards shows with the laugh track. I mean I was okay with Friends, and that was just because it was nostalgia. Like I watched it when I was a kid, and it was just something that I liked to watch because it was what the fuck was on? Seinfeld barely came on. Yeah, like I what was I gonna watch? Leave It to Beaver.
The Wonder Years.
Yeah, and then Malcolm in the Middle came out, and then I was like, oh, that was a chill ass show, and then I like moved to that, and then I got into Seinfeld, and then that's when I hella got into comedy, was because Seinfeld made, because like the end of it, because my favorite part of the show was when Jerry was doing like the fake stand up at the end.
Yeah. And
he'd be saying a joke, and it'd be like people laughing at his jokes, and then I'd go look his shit up, and like he was the first real comedian I got into is Jerry, and he's fucking a wordsmith, man. He's a beast. He can make you laugh like nobody else with the most simple jokes possible. Hey, what about that? Like that shit's fucking funny, dude. He makes me laugh. And that show, I've seen all the episodes a million fucking times, and I can watch, and it'll be on TV, and I'll watch any episode.
Good writing, yeah.
I'll watch any episode, and it'll still make me laugh just as much as I like. That was the best show. That was like the Entourage of cable TV. It was like the most legit show, and it actually ended well. You remember the last episode?
I don't.
It was them, they were walking down the street somewhere, and somebody across the street got mugged, and they got arrested for not following Good Samaritan law because they didn't, like, report it.
Yeah.
And
okay.
That was the last episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I've seen it a couple times. It's just been years since I've looked.
One of my favorite episodes is when, like, Kramer gets in trouble for lobster hunting. Like off the shore in Florida, like by Jerry's dad's house. He gets in trouble for like stealing. They're catching fresh lobster, and that's illegal. And like he gets in trouble. And then one of my other favorite episodes is the one where like is it fucking Newman, where he sees fucking Kramer like a turkey.
He sees him as a
turkey, and it has Kramer's head, and it's like a little turkey. It's one of the most iconic things in the show, because remember Kramer kept like he was like bathing in bacon grease, and like he was like, you don't remember when he was like sunbathing on the roof of his house, and he fell asleep, and he literally baked himself because he was like battered in bacon grease, and they found him up there because Newman comes inside, he's like, something smells like chicken, and he goes upstairs. And he finds Kramer out there all fucking like, he's like, I'm cooked all the way through. And then Newman like sees him as a turkey. It's like one of the fucking funniest things ever, dude. It's so fucking hilarious. It was one of the best episodes.
I remember this. I really like George.
I like all the New York, all the stuff with the Yankees was fucking hilarious.
Steinbrenner.
Or when he was faking that, I saw the episode the other day when he was faking that he had like a fucking leg injury, and he's walking around with the cane.
George's?
Yeah, and remember he gets a job, and he's like faking that he has like a leg injury, and he's walking around with the cane, and the guy asks him, "Isn't it your other leg that's fucked up?" And he shows him in the mirror. He's like, "You see? It's the opposite in the mirror." And he switches hands. He switches Kane's hands. He's like, "See? Doesn't this look right to you now?" He's like, "Oh yeah." And he fucking totally mind fucks him. He like Jedi mind tricks him. and then he ends up, something happens where he actually falls and gets hurt. And then they give him a fucking hover round. And he's like going around in Jerry's apartment. He's like, "Check it out, Jared. I got a hover round." It's fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
I like the one too where Jerry he always breaks even, and then like Elaine and George always like switch off with like shit happening to him. Like what he'll gain a relationship and she'll lose a relationship.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
opposite
That
will
that
happen.
shit's what, dude. I always like the. Did you remember the episode where, I think it was George took Elaine's IQ test for her, or the other way around. There was like an episode where she was like locked in a room and he was taking the IQ test for her, and she was just like sitting in the room waiting because she's too stupid. Like she was too stupid to do it, and they end up getting caught up like, because he loses the fucking thing and the paper's not there and the lady walks in. That was a fucking really, like, they were good with the awkward stuff. There's the shows now that try awkward comedy and it's not funny. It's just really awkward. Yeah. You're like, yeah, that's not funny. Yeah, that's why I don't like. Have you seen that new show, Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23?
I haven't seen it. No.
It's one of the worst TV shows I've ever seen in
Really?
my life. Yeah, that's like I would rather watch that Napoleon Dynamite cartoon, or The Ugly Americans, which is a horrible show. Oh yeah, that's perfect segue. We just saw Ron Artest elbow James Harden in the face, and guess what? He's still not cleared to play.
Oh, James Harden, yeah, he's listed as day-to-day with a concussion. And they haven't issued a punishment yet, either.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised since, Zimmerman just got released on 150 G's if they don't do nothing to fucking... it sucks that the NFL has better justice system than our actual justice system.
Well, you heard about the Saints GM just got
I know. Yeah. No, didn't you see? I posted it on Facebook. I said something like, ironically, the Saints aren't being very Saint-like.
Or they're being more like the Raiders or something. I saw somebody say that.
Yeah. I mean, people are gonna cheat, man. Like, what can you do, right?
Well, it's not the first time either.
I mean, okay, if there's this much cheating getting caught now, how much cheating was going on when we couldn't catch these people?
Yeah, a lot.
Like what the fuck? What do we question? Like every historical play now just because some people are playing a little bit dirty? Isn't that what everybody really wants to see anyway? Like, do we really want to see some sophisticated fuckers on the field? No, we want to see these fucking people who do anything to win.
Well, we're not even talking about on the field. We're talking about in the front office.
Well, yeah, they're fucking cheating. But who can't go back and watch, like, on Sundays on NFL Live when they do the wired shit and they just it's everybody fucking talking on the field. Like, what's the difference between that and them just, like, I get that it's very fucked up, but they don't have to make a big deal about it like this. Like, just fucking give them the punishment. Like, why are you guys sitting here speculating all day, wasting airtime on stupid shit? We've already talked about it a million times since yesterday when they found out there was 500 fucking... They already had, like, a high production 5-minute segment about it. That last night on fucking SportsCenter. Like, come on. You really have to overblow this? It's fucked up, but just give them the punishment. Like,
well, yeah, they got nothing to talk about right now. I don't know.
They haven't even came out with any type of evidence.
For the bounty program?
No, not for the bounty program, for the wiretapping.
For the wiretapping? Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder how, when I read it just said, like, oh, somebody came out and said it.
No, last night I watched the whole fucking thing on it, and they're trying to pursue legal action against ESPN because they're saying it's completely false allegations.
Really?
Yes, that's what I saw last night. Unless I was ridiculously high and hallucinated it, but I was like bullet points and shit, and they had like quotes. It was all fucked up. That's why I'm like, I don't know about the whole 24/7 media system we have.
Yeah, well, I mean, that happens a lot, too. People just either say, like, one little statement or someone will hint at... Like, it was, one of the ones with Orlando was, like, somebody falsely said that Howard, like, won't play for the coach or whatever. And then that got blown up to everybody talking about it, even though it was just somebody else that had said that about him, not him actually saying anything. And then, of course, it gets word to, like, Van Gundy, so then Van Gundy goes on a rant when, like...
So... This is my question. Is this because they don't have anything to talk about that they blow these things out of proportion to get a story? Or is it because that's how dirty our reporting is that we have to do that? Is it a filling time thing, so they have to blow this shit out of proportion, like the whole Tebow and Jeremy Lin thing, or are we just that shitty that we can't think of anything better?
I think probably a lot of it does have to do with airtime. I mean, you have to write about something.
It's going on all day. That's the tough thing about the way we get our media now is you can't really trust any type of source anymore. I mean, people's main source now is Wikipedia, and that's just a bunch of tards on the internet writing down what they've recited and seen in textbooks and fucking, you know.
Yeah,
they don't even
have to go off of for example, like I had to write a paper today on the troops posing with the dead body parts, and it's like what, like, you know, you type it into Google or whatever, and you can look at like 10 different articles, and like there's like, you know, 3 or 4 quotes that are in almost every single article. You know what I mean? Because they're the only like valid sources.
Yeah, first hand sources.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you're getting mostly the same story. Like, you can change, like, you can make an angle on the story, or you can try to, like, I'll try to pose, like, moral or ethical questions alongside a story. But at the end of the day, there's only so much you can talk about it. You know what I mean?
There's only so much information,
like,
and
in
you
the
can
off season.
see.
Yeah, there's only so much they really have to talk about.
It's completely true, and it's hard to keep these people entertained, man. Like, which is what they're really trying to do. Whoa, that's weird.
What did you think about those guys posing? Because first in January, the video leaked of Marines pissing on a dead body, and then you have the guy who went off and killed a bunch of people in the Afghan village, like a bunch of innocent, like, children and families and shit like that. Then you have them all posing with all the, like, the blown up legs of suicide bombers.
I mean, fuck that. It's there's two ways to look at it. I mean, the people that fight over there, they don't got the same minds that we do.
No.
I mean, they've seen shit that no one will ever see, like the most fucked up shit possible. And if the taking a fucking picture and putting it on the internet lets them fucking feel justified for what they're doing, then why does it matter? Because there's a U.S. insignia on the thing,
and they represent the country.
That's the other way to see it, is like you're part of a business, but I mean, we're not being very businesslike when you're going around fucking murdering people. So it's kind of a fine line when you're talking about murder, and which is what war is. It's just murder for land and
Resources.
It's murder justified because we feel like it'll benefit our country or the world somehow, because somehow we can make that decision. But well, even those pictures, even with those pictures out there, even with them doing something even more fucked up like pissing on the bodies or shitting on the bodies, I still believe we're better than most of the countries.
Probably.
That, like, if the other countries had the same technology we do to be able to upload a bunch of fucking shit out of impulse, I think we would see a lot more fucked up shit than some guys posing doing shaka bra next to some dead bodies, dude. Like, so I still believe, like, we're still a little bit more moral than them. Because they could have easily done something worse than that. Like, they could have posted pictures fucking the dead bodies or fucking doing more fucked up shit than they did. But they're just doing shaka bra.
They have been watching their friends get killed out there by bombers. But the other thing here now too is
you got to remember, those guys are way more testosterone filled than we are. Like, we have a little bit more of
adrenaline amped up.
Dude, imagine like right after seeing a bunch of people die, killing them, and you're shaking from the fucking adrenaline. Like, you're just gonna be, you got the dip in your mouth where that's also nicotine going to your brain. You got all this fucking shit going on this input. You got fucking planes, helicopters. You got like down the fucking street. Yeah, let's take a picture real quick to make me feel the nostalgia of being home for just a second.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've seen some fucked up shit, and I've never wanted to post pictures next to it.
Yeah.
Like, I've never thought, oh, look, there's a guy with his guts out. Let me take a picture next to him, dude. Like,
Well,
I've never thought
that.
that.
Your reality, though. But the other thing is, the guy who submitted the pictures to the LA Times, like, he wanted to remain anonymous, but the army's like going into an investigation, and like they wanna have some sort of consequences for him, and they've already identified like most of the people in the pictures. Jesus, like, do you think they should face backlash for giving it to the public so the public can see what's happening?
Just write him an Article 15 or something.
What's an Article 15?
It's like paperwork, like it's like a slap on the wrist.
Oh,
dude, they fucking kill people for a living. All they did was pose a picture. Like, how is posing a picture next to a dead body worse than killing somebody?
Yeah,
it's like I don't get it. But maybe I'm a little bit too logical about it. I don't know. It's an interesting thing to talk about though, because most people are desensitized from that type of stuff, and they can't really make a decision on that because they don't really know the feeling of being next to a dead body or being around explosions and gunshots and having that real adrenaline. Because roller coaster adrenaline,
the fear of dying right there though.
Right,
too.
like that's the thing. Like, people who go on roller coasters and like, oh man, it's so much adrenaline. That is not anything, dude. That's a little smidgen of what your body can produce. You barely get the tunnel vision on a roller coaster like fucking X2. You know, you barely get it. When you're out there in the shit, man, any of them can tell you that it's fucking, like, you see through your fucking pupils. You don't see through your eyeballs anymore. That shit's like,
that's the truth. But
you focus, man. Like, the way they train you is the right way. And they train you to fucking be in those types of situations and make those decisions without those emotions getting to you. And that's the most difficult part in any person's life, is making a decision without their biased emotions getting in the way. And that's what they teach you. That's what they teach you to do, is to be emotionless as possible when you're out there fucking with shit. And that's why shit like this happens, because they think it's normal, man.
Yeah.
They don't fucking know the difference. They're like, it's not like children, because they're grown men, but it's the same type of ignorance to everything else that as a children has when he's doing something dumb in public. Like, it's a completely different mindset than we have. We are we have so much luxury just to be here, not having to be near a gunfire. I mean, I was worried because I was about to deploy before I got out, and I was going to a place that I heard got 3 to 5 mortars on the base a day, random mortar fire a day. So I was like, okay. So I was like, I had to go. I was doing processing for it, and you have to go do your will, like, during that. And so all I had was just all the shit I had bought, and I'm like, shit here, like, just clothes and stuff. I just ended up I gave my guitar. I wrote my guitars for my sister, and then everything else was my parents' stuff. And like, that was fucking that was a trippy part. And then going and getting your gas masks and your mop gear, and like knowing that it's possible that somebody could drop some kind of chemical weapon in your area, and you're gonna be literally like, I wasn't even there yet, and I was already fucking shitting it. And you know, once you're over there, I'm assuming it becomes some type of numbing feeling, and you go through it every day, like
worried that,
just being glad that you're not dead, because maybe the guy sleeping next to you is dead. You know, it's not. We can't think of it civilized.
Yeah,
it's not. It's war. There ain't nothing civilized about it. It's murder for money. That's it. Or for some type of justified cause that we put on TV for everybody to believe in.
Well, then it was interesting, like when I had to go interview those, like, just people around the school or whatever, and the one guy went on the whole rant about, like, violence and humanity, and how, like, that's really what they like did in those pictures is like nothing compared to horrible, like, public.
Dude, Game of Thrones, man. Yeah. I was Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
They slit a baby's throat on command. And they didn't get paid. They don't get paid shit to be in the King's Guard. All they get is just pussy. That's it. They literally, he was just like, oh yeah, kill the baby. Like, oh yeah, kill the baby. Yeah, like it's a fucking nothing. And that guy took a picture next to a guy who killed himself. What's the big deal? But in our extremely moral society, we have to do something to reprimand that. So that's why I'm saying, just write him an Article 15. Don't ever pose next to dead bodies again. Here's a little dock and pay for a little bit, but you're getting it tax free, so it's almost not like a dock and pay. Just let them do what they want, dude. They're fucking protecting us. What's the big deal, man? Like, I don't know. I don't think people appreciate it enough. Like what exactly they're doing, and they do it voluntarily.
They should be there though.
It's not their choice.
Yeah.
It was their choice to join, but it's not their choice where they go, and it's not their choice why they're there. They just have to do as they're told, and that's it. And you should respect the fact that they have the maturity, and most of them are our age, to just fucking sit down and do what people say. How many people our age fucking don't rebel against fucking their authority figures?
Yeah.
How many people?
No, well, I don't think it's. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true.
They just take fucking orders.
Troops.
I know, but there's a fine line between being unsupportive of the troops and unsupportive of the war. I mean, you can say as much as you want about the war. They're not gonna come back any faster.
Yeah.
You just have to be there for you. Do you really think they want to come back to some shit like, oh, fuck that war? Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit war? Do you really think they don't see it as you guys saying fuck them? Even though there's other people saying, oh, we totally appreciate you? Like, when you come back, you don't want to be showered in a bunch of bullshit like your cause isn't justified. You want to come back and be supported 100% because you're over there risking your life every fucking day. And I don't think people really realize that. Like, man, best friends lose best friends out there. And if you think about it for a second, if you ever lost your best friend, you would fucking kill yourself. Like, you would never ever think you could live without that other person. And they have to just accept it, and when it happens, and they stay out there. And I don't think people really realize, like, the emotional impact of people just saying, I'm unsupportive of a war I can't change. But I know, that's my opinion. Because I've been in the military, and it is fucked up when, like, one of the happiest moments of my life was I wasn't even really in the military yet. I was, like, on my way to my base. And, like, I was on the airplane, and I was in uniform, and they just stopped, like, in the terminal. The fucking the stewardess lady, she just got on there. Oh, we have a man in uniform, applaud for his service, and then everybody fucking standing ovation. I hadn't even done anything yet, and that was fucking amazing. Do you know, like, and then the equally as bad thing is when you see people, like, who are anti-military. When I finally got to Georgia, there was a group out there that was specifically targeting and beating up military people.
Really?
There was a couple people that died from getting beaten by them.
You know, I think I heard about that too.
So there's always a heads and a tails, I guess. That's what you gotta realize. Like, the better things get on one side of the spectrum, the worse things get on the other side. But we're okay out here. Like, and we shouldn't be worried about all this bad shit that's going on with people that are dying, killing themselves. We should go help all the people that are, like, involuntary dying by, like, diseases and shit they can't, like prevent.
And water.
Yeah, like, we're over there playing God, taking people's lives, and they're dying because nature's deciding that they shouldn't be alive, and they don't and for some reason we want to go over there and help all the people that want to die.
Like, shouldn't the UN be sending people to Japan to help with a relief effort?
Yes, like, why don't we, why is it so bad to help other countries even though you're, like, not particularly fans of them? What's the big deal? Go send, just fucking drop $1 million in Africa and let them fucking actually have houses. can can we stop? It's 2012 and people are still living in huts.
Yeah.
Is that okay? That's not okay in my book. That's fucking bullshit. They should at least have houses and legitimate jobs, not fucking cutting with spears. And you know, there's some people in those tribes that legitimately love being in the tribe. I'm sure that legitimately love being the leader, and they have that authoritative part of them. And then there's the fucking all those slaves and all the fucked up shit they have to do. And like, it's people don't need to live like that in a time like this where we could just magically search shit on a computer. Like, I'm here with one of the most advanced technology possible, and they're over there with fucking sticks trying to start fires. Like, that's not cool, man. My sister texted me. She was like, I heard sirens and I was worried. So she texted me, are you okay? Those weird hunches you get. Like the day my dad, because recently my dad like had some episode, and the day like that happened, I like thought it was gonna happen.
Really?
Like I was in the shower, and it was like right before my mom showed up home, and I just got this weird feeling in my stomach, and then my mom came in and she was like screaming, and I could hear her screaming like in the other room.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I thought she was yelling at my sister. And I came out, and she was like borderline in tears or whatever. She was like, hey, and I was like, what? And she's like, you know, your dad's at the doctor. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I don't want to make a scene on the fucking podcast just because I'm not supposed to really be talking about it, but it was just weird that you get those hunches, and sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong. But what it was on Game of Thrones, to go back to Game of Thrones, there was an episode where there was a line that really got me. There was this little kid, and he kept having these fucked up dreams about demons and monsters. And no. He was having these dreams that were coming true. Like a couple of them came true. One of them was his dad dying, getting his head chopped off, and like that happened. And his like warden guy that's taking care of him, he's like, the kid's like, my dreams are different. My dreams aren't like other people. My dreams are coming true. And then the guy goes, well, what about all those other dreams that haven't came true? And the kid was like, oh fuck, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. And he like went to bed. Like, that's the most mindfuck thing ever. Like, when you get those hunches, like all those times that you like they don't come true, but the times you remember are those ones where you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Huh. But you don't really realize that you get those instincts a lot, and they just never, they never follow through.
The coincidences don't, yeah.
But you always remember the coincidences. Weird little mind fucks. I like being mind fucked like that. It trips me out. It makes me appreciate the day a little bit more. Sometimes days can become monotonous, and you can get really fed up with your everyday life.
Yeah.
And you just need to figure out a way to be either curious or, I don't know if curious is the right word, but like interested in the day somehow. Just pick something. And that's why like I have so many things I like, so that I'm never bored. I'm always like enjoying myself. And then the times that I'm not, I'm usually just thinking about like all the shit I have and all the shit people don't have, and like how much more fortunate I am than everybody else. The fact that I could just sit here and, you know, the fact that I even have a job, and then like good parents and a house and food and not having to really worry about security right now. That's better than 90% of the population in the world, dude. That's insane. And I don't think really a lot of people bitch and complain. Like, the only thing I complain about is stupid people who don't appreciate that shit.
Which is a lot of them.
I post a lot of stuff about stupid people and how I hate morons, but you know, not a lot of people are stupid. And people are just too, like, oblivious sometimes.
Or they're too caught up in their own life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're, like, oblivious. Like,
Yeah.
you got the blinders on of their own shit. And that's idiotic in my opinion, because everybody should have a moment in the day to think about the world. It sounds kind of hippie, but it's the thing that that has given us everything we know, like, to ever exist. There's like, without the world we wouldn't be here. So just to take a minute out of the day to realize, holy fuck, this came from the ground. The computer came from the ground. It started just fucking as nothing. It was a rock with a bunch of shit on it, and then it became multicellular organisms, and then we figured out how to fucking make that shit. So it vicariously came through the ground, and all the minerals that created it actually came from the ground. Like, it's just weird that we figured out how to do this shit.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you how to build like a laptop like that.
There's a joke somebody says, like, if I left you on a beach with a fucking coconut, if I left you on an island with a fucking coconut, you could take 1,000,000 years, you wouldn't figure out how to make a TV.
Yeah.
Somehow we did it in less than that. It's kind of a trip.
Suspicious?
It's suspicious, but it just shows that, like, the power of combined human minds that have the like interests can achieve a lot more than a bunch of people acting like individuals.
Yeah. No, you know what? It's kind of funny you said that, because I was actually thinking about that. Like, yesterday I had like such a shitty day, and I'm like driving home, and I'm just looking at like all the people. I was just like looking at all the cars just fucking driving by. It's like on one
It can
street.
trip you out, dude, how many people are in an area.
Yeah, and I'm just like, God damn, there's so
You almost feel like you're piled on
people.
top of people.
And then you think about like all the stuff that you might think about in a day, like how far you can go with like your own thought, and you're like, what if you just had like, what if all these people just right here in front of me collectively focused on one thing? Like, I see how they could get something done. Yeah.
Like imagine just like on this street, if everybody just came together and wanted to do one thing, how fast we could accomplish or whatever it is.
Yeah.
With all those different minds that have different life experiences and different perspectives and like different strengths and weaknesses, and it's a trip to think about the power we have and the power we limit ourselves to, just by being biased or being unsupportive of something, like something that could help us, like this fucking pink slime shit, like how they went and supported it. Like, it's not something you should support, but it's not something you should really give a fuck about either, because it's already there. Like, it's already been there for a long time. We just barely figured it out, and we've been eating it this whole time. What does it matter? But you shouldn't go and say, "Oh fuck yeah, pink slime!" Like, but you shouldn't be like, you should strive to ban it. But it's really the mass populace. It's not really possible to cut down an essential part of the product that beefs it up so that everybody could get food.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. It's like saying, "Oh, let's have all grass-fed cows." Well, it's gonna take a long fucking time for those cows to make the right meat
raised,
and that meat isn't even. I mean, with the obesity in our country, people want that corn-fed beef because it's fatter. It feeds more people. It fills you up. Whereas a grass-fed cow is like carne asada. It's thinner and.
Well, it's also a lot cheaper, and that's like another part of the problem though too. Is everybody's so focused on their own life, because even though we are fortunate with all like the resources we need, as far as time, most of our time is taken up like slaving away, and you just come home exhausted every day.
Like, and that's whose fault? The fucking government's fault for making it so goddamn difficult to live here with all their stupid bullshit. Like, there's got to be a better way, more efficient way, so that we can actually focus on things that matter. I understand the value of having to work and the way that society and the economic system strives on people always regurgitating money right back into the system. So everybody has to work by doing something, but we just either pay us more so that it'll be easier to live, or fucking
pay more so that
Or
people don't have
make
to work as many
yeah,
hours
yeah.
a week.
There you go.
But they
People
don't
can
want
rest.
you to fucking have the time to.
But yeah, exactly. Because if they keep you dumb enough, then you won't learn things that you could potentially commit mutiny with. Which is I love Anonymous so much because they have all that time.
Yeah.
And then they inform everybody else, which is a weird thing. Because what is learning really? Then like just like getting a bunch of information from somebody else and remembering it.
Yeah, and I mean, it all depends on where you're getting it from and where they're getting it from.
But like learning, like we don't really learn anything. Like, have you really ever taught yourself? Like, the only thing I've really ever taught myself is guitar, and how to play a video game without looking at the controls. Like, that's actually learning something. But what in school when you're
Just
fucking
like
memorizing just phrases and shit, like, what does that matter? Like, is that information that's hella pertinent? Like, I understand learning about history so that we don't make our mistakes over again and to know the value of what happened before us.
Yeah.
But there's certain things like math that should be left to mathematicians, you know?
Well, like even algebra,
why don't we have trade schools? Why do we focus so much on the university standard? Why don't we have a system where we can gauge what people are actually good at and then just teach them how to do it? I found that learning as you're doing the job is so much easier than having to sit in a classroom and regurgitate bullshit back to a teacher. Like, people have taught me just more rules by having me do things wrong than to fucking read through a book that I have to memorize.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are different, but if you weren't learn that way, then go to a fucking university and learn that way. If you can't learn that way, why don't we have another system that's easier for those people to learn things so that they can actually contribute to society somehow?
Well, like if you had
like just working on planes, that's like the easiest fucking thing. You don't need to learn a bunch of shit in a book. Like, you can sit there and learn all that shit, but it's not really gonna sink in until you actually go out there and you're fucking doing the job and you have to use it in an actual real life situation.
Yeah.
It doesn't really, like, there's some people that don't work that way. There's some people that can work that way, where they sit there and read the whole book and memorize it and they can do everything perfectly. But there's others that, you need to adapt to. I think we need to fix the school system just a little bit so that more people can get out there and actually do stuff and stop working behind fucking like friars, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, this goes back to when we were watching the Colbert Report today, and they had that super, super crazy...
Yeah, that stupid conservative guy.
And it's people like him who set the standards for education.
Yeah, oh my god, you're right.
And then they have to write the books based off of those standards, and...
I just don't understand why... I don't know. Those religious conservatives, they feel like they need to be archaic. Like, they need to stay tribal and have scribes. And don't you realize there's technology? Like, I can learn all this shit you're trying to teach me through a fucking, like, interactive bullshit on the TV.
Yeah.
Or, like, on my computer. Why do I have to sit here and read a book like some Jew going through fucking a bar mitzvah? He doesn't want to do it, and neither do I. Like, let me learn this way, where it gathers all my interests on one page, and I can actually learn about what I want to learn.
Kids have, like, lower and lower attention spans. You need to give them something more interactive than just, like, a...
Well, it's not even that. It's that...
No, think about it. Even the textbooks that, like, I get for college classes are... most of them, like, especially because you're reading novels and things like that, are much smaller. You're giving it, like, a 1,000-page book to these, like little kids. Yeah.
It's a 10-year-old.
Okay, you gotta read
They retain 10 pages of it.
If that.
The pictures on 10 pages of it.
The answers that they need to pass the test is what they retain.
Yeah.
And then they forget it a week later.
That is very funny. It's
And then they come out of high school and they realize they haven't really learned shit, and they're like, "Oh fuck, what am I gonna do?"
Yeah. Exactly. And then you actually start learning when you get out of high school. Isn't that the weird thing? You spend like fucking 9 years of your life in school, basically. I just did a rough estimate off the top of my head, and you don't learn anything. Yeah, it's more than that.
I mean, K through 12, it's 13 years.
13 years, yeah.
Plus college if you want.
Yeah.
You spend
more time in a classroom than you do watching porn. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, definitely.
Or doing anything that you want to do, really.
Really. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of time. That's your
That's why
entire
people are so
childhood.
sheltered and they become all fucking crazy. Because they don't get to do shit until they're like 25. and then you're like, well, I can't even do half the shit I wanted to do anymore. You're like, oh, man.
No, I mean,
then you go binge drinking and your kidneys die when you're 35.
And I was going to say, that's how I was feeling today when I was thinking about it. I was like, shit, but now by the time I I actually graduate college, I'll be closer to 25 than 20.
Yeah.
It's like, shit. And for what? Because I took like 1 year off the track.
Yeah, and I had 2 years of a waste that I have to fucking... Like, I'm hoping that it's not going to take me that long to get my chef credential and be able to go out there and find a quick job and start cooking. Then I can start focusing on this podcast more and all my internet shit, so I could be this internet nerd I want to be. This internet famous dude. I was looking at my clout. Everybody needs to get clout. It's all chilled out. You're over here, you're a conversationalist. And then me and Yage are down here. I'm a specialist. You may not be a celebrity, but within your area of expertise, your opinion is second to none. Your content is likely focused around a specific topic or industry with a focused, highly engaged audience. And then Joe Rogan's up here like a beast. Taste maker. You know what you like and your audience likes it too. You know what's trending, but you do more than just follow the crowd. You have your own opinion, and that earns respect from your network. That's where I want to be there.
And that's where I want to be too.
Right here, right around here. And I'm at 47 right now, so it's all down.
What's mine at?
You're 28 right now? Yeah. But you don't really do much on the internet, so that's pretty high for somebody who doesn't
Well,
really
I
do
mostly
much.
just post to Twitter, if anything. I retweet. Yeah. I don't really do much on Facebook.
I just post videos and stuff. Yeah, my true reach in the last month went up 195, dude. So I influenced 394 people a month.
Nice.
It's pretty legit. Through my Twitter, through all these fucking Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, YouTube, Instagram, and Tumblr. Damn. Oh, I just got a free subscription for a year from Red Bull's something from Red Bull. It's all legit. Some magazine.
Through Clout?
Through Clout, yeah. They got it was a perk. What was it? Red Bull awarded me a perk. So the Red Bull Bulletin. We'll begin with the July issue, which will be delivered at the address in early June. So I'll start getting this crazy magazine. That's legit. I got those business cards. I'm gonna get sent after I get paid because it's like $7 shipping or something like that, and I just don't have that right now.
What are you gonna do with them?
Fucking hand them out to people when because I tell everybody about the podcast, and then people will here you go. There's a fucking website on it. It has our Twitter shit on it. It has everything on it. I wish I could look at those right now.
How many are they gonna give you?
Give you 50.
Oh damn.
For free. Well, for $8 of shipping, but it's expensive.
All you need one is, then you can make a copy of them.
Well, the paper they use is hella legit, dude. You don't understand how legit these business cards are. us.moo.com. We love to print. Let me sign in via Twitter. Oops. Anyway, we're doing the podcast right now. Anyway, yeah, use Cloud. You can get a bunch of free shit. It's all legit, man. You can get a bunch of free shit. Where are my business cards? Yeah. Anyway, what else would you want to talk about today? The NFL draft is pretty soon. That's going to be interesting. Yeah. I'm really excited for the new Madden to come out. Because I want to play with RG3.
Who won the Madden cover?
I haven't checked.
It was down to Cam Newton and Calvin Johnson. I voted for Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson?
Just because he's done it consistently.
I want to vote for fucking
Cam Newton.
No, I want to vote for the NHL cover.
Oh, they're gonna do that for it?
Yeah, well they've been doing it. It's like Onzi's in the top 16 for it.
What's the hockey game tonight?
Oh yeah. Speaking of hockey, the Kings beat the Canucks. For all y'all people who don't really follow hockey, and the Kings are our favorite team, so that's good. We're about to play the St. Louis Blues in the second semifinals. I have to check. So hopefully.
Oh, Game 7 with Boston should be on tonight. Florida, New Jersey.
Florida, New Jersey. Okay, that's gonna be good.
That's the only one.
Hopefully Florida wins that. I don't want to see New Jersey in the playoffs. So here we are, looking at our business card. See, that's a sick back right there.
Those are pretty cool.
And then you flip over to the front, and it's the fucking boom. It's fucking sick. I designed the whole damn thing myself, colors and all, picture and everything.
That does look sick, dude.
Yeah, it looks formal as fuck. And I'm using it on this crazy. It's this special green paper that they use, so it's good for the environment.
And for those of you who can't see it, it's like a wolf.
It's our
moon.
It's our podcast logo. If you watch it on YouTube, which is the only way you can watch it right now. So it's that podcast logo, and then on the back it's a different wolf howling at a different moon. It's actually a real picture of a real wolf howling at a real moon, and then it's on the right side of it. It has all our contact info and talks about the podcast a little bit. Not really, but I wish I could have put more on the back, but I felt like it would have been a little bit too cluttered. So that seemed perfectly fine the way it was. I can't wait until like there's business cards where it'll just like if you know how they have those those little new Q reader fucking barcodes now, where you can take a picture of it on your phone, and you can read the barcode and send you to a website. Like, I can't wait till like cards like this, business cards like that, go render that kind of shit, where you can just take a picture of it and fucking it'll send you to a website. Oh, wow. Have you ever used a Q reader before?
No, I haven't.
It's similar to I don't have anything around here that has it on. Actually, they have some in the Game Informers, but it's basically a barcode that you get an app on your phone, and then it has a barcode reader. You hold your camera up to the barcode, and it instantly will send you to a website for whichever ad is on it. Like say if it was a Call of Duty poster, and then like the picture said, "Oh, take a picture here and get like some cool deal for this." Take a picture of the thing, and it'll fucking pop up on your phone as a website. It's fucking sick. It's coding, basically. Website coding. I don't think there's one in here.
How the fuck did they figure that out?
It's actually not that hard. All you have to do is have code in that barcode that picks up as HTML in your pictures. So it comes up like as an embedded link.
Yeah.
On your phone. And that's that's basically what it is. It's really cool technology. I really like those things. I everywhere I see them, I fucking been and then sent it to a cool site. It's all sick. There's a couple big games on tonight in the NBA.
The playoffs start on Saturday.
Oh yes. Oh, the Clippers play Atlanta tonight. That'll be a good one. Well, I'm liking that one. I might watch that game.
How long have we been going on your podcast?
58 minutes. Ooh, we've been going for quite a while. I want to check one thing. Because usually there's probably like something new coming out. Max Payne 3, I'm going to reserve on Friday. That's going to be pretty cool.
Oh, no, you know what I saw was cool on Stitcher is now they have where you can like add friends to Stitcher, and it'll like show you what podcast they're listening to and which ones.
That is legit.
Yeah, you just have.
Oh man, I gotta get back on Stitcher. I deleted that shit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I think I did. Either that or I just haven't used it. Because I listen to most of my stuff here on my computer.
Oh, okay.
I haven't really listened to anything at work yet, so. Yeah, I still have it. I just have to register then. And like most of the podcasts I do listen to, well, at least Corolla and Nerdist aren't on there.
I haven't listened to the episode yet. I started it, but
What?
Duncan, he has Natasha Leggero.
Oh yeah. I wanna listen to that one. I was listening to the Joey Diaz one yesterday again. That show was fucking. That I really like Duncan's rants at the beginning of his podcast.
Yeah, they're really fun.
It's almost like he writes them down, but I know he doesn't. Oh, that's what it was. Halo 4. What is up? Halo 4 by 343 Industries. So Bungie's out the window. Mass Effect got a 10 in Game Informer. And the new NCAA 13. That's a couple really good things to look forward to here coming up. Oh, Medal of Honor game. New Medal of Honor game. The last one, did you ever play the last one? Like I
played some of it.
It was that game was fucking down, dude. That story, the story for that Medal of Honor game was really cool.
Was that the one with the really good Hodges versus Marines?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a lot. It looked like a lot like Battlefield. Yeah, Hodges versus Marines. Nothing really interesting else. Now they're making another fucking Fable game. Jesus Christ. The Walking Dead is a bust. Point and click game? Really? Come on. Oh, this game looks sick though. The Amazing Spider-Man. Look at those graphics, dude. Like
for PS3?
Look at that detail. Yeah, look at the detail on the detail on Spider-Man's suit is ridiculous. And Killer Croc is like the main villain. Cool, man.
Yeah, I wonder how big they'll make the city.
The new Web Rush mechanic looks to make exploring Manhattan a blast. Free roam. Yes, dude. Spider-Man 2. Oh, look, it says, throughout Spider-Man's long history in video games, few experiences have rivaled the feeling of swinging between the skyscrapers of Manhattan in Spider-Man 2. Baynox offered gamers the chance to play as 4 versions of Spidey in the 2010 game Shattered Dimensions, but the sense of freedom and discovery that made the 2004 film tie-in such success wasn't present. With their new game that's set to release alongside the upcoming The Amazing Spider-Man film, they're taking Peter Parker back to an open-world New York City. Fuck yes, dude. Spider-Man has always been my favorite superhero, but lately I've been really getting into all the Avenger guys and like the DC guys. Like I'm really into like the Green Lantern. I'm super into. I'm still watching that Green Lantern show. And it's been getting fucking legit, like even better. And then I've been reading I have the old Avengers comics on my phone that I've been reading, but this Spider-Man game looks like it's gonna bring me right back to Spidey. Except for I don't like the movie. I don't like the way the movie is gonna be. It's gonna be that guy from A Social Network. One of the guys from The Social Network is playing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well,
and then who's it? Is it Emma Stone playing?
I'm not sure who it is.
I think it is. Emma Stone playing fucking what's her face?
When does
Mary
that come
Jane?
out?
This next year, I believe.
Who's the villain in that one?
Killer Croc, I think.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I think so. Let me check.
Oh, that game's based off the movie?
Yeah, well, the movie's based off the comic. And the comic's not based off the original Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man's a different Spider-Man. I should have looked it up on Google. I'm trying to look up the date that comes out. I'm probably going to watch the movie anyway just because I like Spider-Man. But I'm going to be... I hope the kid can act. July 3rd. Emma Stone. Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Dennis Leary, Martin Sheen, and Sally Fields. Can this kid sport the Spider-Man costume, though? I don't know if y'all guys are going to be able to hear this trailer or not. But we're going to watch it real quick. I'll narrate, I guess. 2 minutes.
How did you get out there?
Fire escape.
It's 20 stories.
Your doorman's intimidating.
Fucking...
Tell us a
He
little
looks
bit
like
about
such a
yourself,
faggot.
Mr. Parker.
Not much to tell, really. Peter lives with his aunt and uncle.
Did you catch that
man.
spider guy yet?
No, but we will. This guy wears a mask like an outlaw. I think he's trying to do something maybe the police
Dennis
can't,
Leary.
Aunt. You know, if you're gonna steal cars, don't dress like a car thief. You a cop? You seriously think I'm a cop in a skin tight red and blue suit? Who are you?
Okay. Okay. I can possibly buy this. It seems pretty dark. I don't know if I like him.
I forgot all about that thing. It was your dad's.
I've seen him in other stuff that I like him in shows, but I don't know if I like him as Peter Parker. Effects are gonna be sick though. That's what's gonna be really good about this movie. Cool. Look at that. Oh shit, that was like a cool web floor he made.
There's a rumor of a new species in New York. It can be aggressive.
I just hope they go more Spidey, less Peter Parker. Can a movie do that, please? They haven't done that yet.
Yeah, no, they always focus on Peter.
Yeah, Peter's a good subplot, but it's not that big of a deal. People want to see Spider-Man kicking people's asses. That's why that Spider-Man 2 game was so good. Because Spider-Man's supposed to be a fucking badass. Yeah, and he never gets his mask taken off. This is already bullshit.
38 of New York's finest versus one
Look at that, juking out fucking bullets. This is the Matrix.
If you want the truth, Peter.
I liked the Amazing Spider-Man TV show. Did you ever watch that?
Issuing an arrest warrant.
I think I have.
Like, it was on MTV for a little while.
Known as Spider-Man.
That was a good one. That was a good show. Oh, it is Killer Croc. It might be sick. I don't know about him, Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, man.
Well, if it's gonna start out as like, if they're gonna make another prequel,
Yeah, like
then
a
this
series.
one's probably gonna be a lot set up with the story and Peter Parker and everything.
Yeah, hopefully they stick to the comic quite well. I'll be pissed if they don't. I like the effects. I like the way they made the suit look.
I don't think Emma Stone really looked like Mary Jane at all, though.
The Mary Jane. It's not Mary Jane in Amazing Spider-Man. I don't think so.
Oh.
It's a different chick. That's why I couldn't remember her name. I don't think it is. It's not 100% sure. The Amazing Spider-Man comic. Check the wiki. I couldn't find. I wouldn't be able to find it right now, but Flash Thompson. Oh, whoa. This is getting hella deep into the story here. The Goblin and the Gangsters. Amazing Spider-Man issue 23. Featuring arch nemesis the Green Goblin. That's fucking sick. The Goblin and the Gangsters. The Goblin always, that was one thing that pissed me off about the movie. They didn't make the Goblin look like the Goblin in the comics. There's the Black Spidey.
That was a good movie, though. I liked that original one.
Oh, yeah, that one was sick. Oh, no, I liked, what's his face is Peter Parker, dude. I liked him. Until the third one.
Yeah.
When Mr. Tim Burton took over and Danny Elfman did all the music.
It was Tim Burton?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Tim Burton, Spidey.
No wonder that was so weird.
It was a weird one. Yeah.
Oh.
The only thing I did like about it was how he got taken over by the black suit. That was pretty sick. But the whole they spend too much time on Peter Parker, man. You gotta go back to Spidey. Like, I want to see Spidey running on walls and shit and fucking people up. Like getting crimes absolved and whatnot. That's what he's famous for. It's the same thing with the Batman movies, man. Except for the Batman movies actually spend more time with Batman, which is actually cool. There's more action. That's why people love those movies. And Christopher Nolan's a beast-ass director. So he can get those sick camera angles in the action shots. That's what he's really good at, is in the fight scenes. He has, the most legit camera angles for his fight scenes. And all the car chases and shit. Like how he always uses those effects where you're going past pillars to make it look faster.
Yeah.
So he goes, and then he has, really good ideas for how the Batmobile works and whatnot. I like that scene where Batman, he's in the fucking Batmobile, and then that fucking the Bat Pod comes out,
Oh yeah.
and then he fucking runs up the wall and he fucking does a backflip and lands, and then like Joker's out there, come on, Batman, shooting at the
And he
ground.
like flips the semi truck.
Yeah, that was a sick fucking scene. Like that's what he's really good at, man. He's really good at those action scenes, man. Christopher Nolan is like Michael Bay with a storyteller. Michael Bay can't tell a story, but fucking Christopher Nolan can tell a damn story. He always engages you like in the very beginning too, whereas Michael Bay is always has a bunch of bullshit backstory before you get to the action that everybody wants to see.
Yeah,
in a
that's
Michael Bay
true. Like
movie.
that Dark Knight one started with the robbery.
Yeah, he's good at that, dude. I'm telling you, it's a. I watch too much TV and too many movies not to notice when somebody's actually legit at what they do. Oh, fucking! There was a scene on Community where they were acting something out, but basically, Troy the black guy gets injected with truth serum, and he's like he starts crying. He's literally starts bawling because he's like, I don't get Inception. I don't get it. I just couldn't. It was just too much. There's so many layers. It was so fucking funny, dude. Just the way he delivered it. People need to watch Community, man. Shit's funny. The last episode was really fucked up, though. It was like all about how Abed is a sociopath. It's fucking funny, though. He has this thing in his apartment called the Dreamatorium. And it's just his bathroom painted with orange lines. And they go in there and they imagine things happening.
Really?
Yeah, and like they come to life, and he pretends to be Inspector Spacetime. It's fucking funny. It's fucking good. It's fucking... Oh shit! Jerome Simpson signed with the fucking Vikings. Damn,
Suspended for 3 games.
dude, that's a big pickup though. He's a beast. Well, anyway, I have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, I think we ran out.
Yep.
Like probably 30 minutes ago.
Maybe, yeah. People were still listening though. Well, we'll see y'all later. Thanks for tuning in episode 16. At JVegas420 on Twitter. At Nicholas Baltz. Don't be a baron. Follow us. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.